What's going on, my good friends out there in YouTubeville? I'm Great by 79 Productions, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. Great to have you here, and before we get started, I just want to say Happy 4th. At least the day that we're recording this, it is the 4th of July, at least here in United States. So if you're here in the US and if you're watching, Happy 4th. This is America's 250th birthday. Can you believe that? 250th. And I'm sure you've been paying attention to the news, but this is a big, big deal. There are celebrations going on all over the place. All over the country, there are celebrations underway. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But if you live outside the US, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm sure you've heard about it. Anyway, in the last episode, we did some stuff around Loch Modan. We are, as you can see, very close to level 19, which, believe it or not, once we hit level 19, we will have passed our record on Alliance for Hardcore, which is very, very exciting. We just need to survive a bar and a half, and then we are good, at least for now. I do want to apologize for the lack of episode from the last weekend. I had a family emergency that I had to tend to, and I'm still in the midst of dealing with that family emergency, but it's, the situation is improving. I'm not going to go into any details as to what's going on. I'm just going to leave it at that I had a family emergency that I had to attend to, and it's still ongoing, but the situation is improving. As of right now, everything is fine. So I just want to reassure you folks. But we're here. We're recording an episode. And I guess this will be our 4th of July episode, if you will. So I started recording as I'm flying to Stormwind right now. I didn't want to start the recording while I was at the inn in Loch Modan and then, do it that way. I decided to do it a little different this time around. The reason why I'm going to Stormwind is because I'm going to start the Defias Brotherhood chain, which will inevitably give us the quest, like the major quest for the Dead Mines, which is our first dungeon, which I'm hoping to do that very soon. I'm hoping. If we can get a group together, then I definitely want to do that dungeon, especially here on camera for you folks, more or less camera. There's also some quests in Stormwind that we can pick up for the Dead Mines, which I'll pick those up later on because right now I just want to get this chain started. Pretty much the first part, we have to travel to Lakeshire, which is located in Redridge, which is an area I'll show you here on the Elwyn Forest map. It is all the way on the other side here. This is where Redridge is. It borders Duskwood and also borders the Burning Steppes. So we got to go there. We have to go into Lakeshire, and we got to talk to a fella who somehow knows a few things or two about the Defias Brotherhood, which is our mortal enemies, and who ultimately we will be facing in the Dead Mines. And those are the guys we've been fighting all the time we were in Westfall. Once again, we're just kind of like zone hopping here, like back and forth. We've been going back and forth from Loch Modan to Westfall to now we're going to Redridge. We've just been kind of zone hopping quite a bit, which is customary for hardcore players. And honestly, it's the best way to level. It's one of the best ways to keep you safe and prevent you from getting killed. Because the ultimate goal is to stay alive. That's what your ultimate goal is for this game, is to stay alive, make it to level 60. But even at level 60, you're still not necessarily safe. Because once you hit level 60, and I know this is true for a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll go into raids, which raids are basically dungeons, but on a bigger scale. And I mean a bigger scale. It's a larger group of players. Um, there's a lot more stakes involved, a lot more danger. And this is true for so many players. If you've watched the hardcore moments on YouTube, you'll notice that a lot of the deaths happen in raids. And sometimes they'll happen in dungeons. Like the higher level dungeons, you'll see a lot of what we like to call dungeon wipes there. Now, I'm not too um, educated when it comes to raids because I've never done a raid before. Because I have never gotten that high of a level, or once I have, the game shifts to a new expansion. I know a lot of guilds, they tend to do a lot of raiding. I mean, they do a lot of raiding. As a matter of fact, that's why a lot of people create guilds in the first place, is just so they can raid. Anyway, so we have to walk from this side of the map all the way to this side, because that is where Redridge is located. It's too bad we don't have aspect of the cheating yet, because that would make us run so much faster. The only problem is if you have it enabled, and if you get hit, your speed slows down, which that's not ideal. There's another spell that you get later on called Aspect of the Pack. It's the same thing, but you use it when you're in a party, and all of your party members' speed is increased. And once again, if you get hit, your speed decreases, which is not ideal. Especially if you're trying to run away from, mobs that are coming at you. Yeah, it's not ideal. So while we're running towards Redridge, let's take a look here. Alright. We really do need to get our cooking skill up, for sure. We're doing okay, but we could use some more recipes. I mean, we have recipes here in our bags. Like, we have the recipe for Westfall stew, but we need to get it up. The same thing with the blood sausage. So we have those. Leatherworking, we're at 61 right now, so that's not too bad. Let me see. So yeah, we could get that up a little bit. But we'll do that all in due time. Now, I'm not sure if you are aware of this, but have you ever heard of the Season of Discovery um, servers? I'm sure you have. So basically, Season of Discovery is it's another version of WoW Classic, and pretty much it allows you to level so much faster. And I mean really fast. And circulate around the world, there are things called runes. And what those are is you find them either on mobs, in chests, or by completing certain challenges. And you'll get runes to engrave onto your armor, like your gloves, your chest piece, etc. And those will give you new spells to use. And it's pretty cool because certain classes can get certain spells that allow them to take on roles that they can't normally do otherwise. Like, for example, a warlock could tank, or a mage could heal. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm playing a paladin on that server right now, and it's just so much fun. But the problem is, you level too fast, and in certain quest zones, you're like too high for. But there is a way to freeze your level, which I'm not sure how to do that, but it apparently recently got it recently became a patch. And a whole bunch of people have started going back to Season of Discovery, which is crazy. It's not hardcore. You can't, if you die in Season of Discovery, you can actually go back to your corpse and respawn. Not like this case where if you die, it's game over. Maybe I'll show off Season of Discovery at some point too, folks. Maybe I'll make that a separate series later on. If it's still a thing at that point. But it's still a thing right now, and I'm kind of surprised that a lot of people are actually still playing it. I'm very surprised. But it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I've been playing that a little bit, alongside playing a little bit of hardcore. I have a paladin on this server who I think it's level 16, 17 right now, so pretty close to this guy. He does mining, blacksmithing, he also does cooking. He's got so many recipes for cooking.
A hero has
And I
fallen.
mean, he's got a lot. And like I say, he does mining and blacksmithing. He doesn't do first aid like this guy does. Which, hold up. I'm gonna stop here for a second. I'm gonna make some more bandages. I don't think this is necessarily going to get our first aid level up. It might just a tiny bit. Which that reminds me, we should visit the first aid trainer at some point and get some more training. Because I know you can make some more bandages. You can even make anti-venom, which is pretty neat. That will definitely come in handy. Especially if you get poisoned by something or someone. So yeah, we're getting ready to enter Red Ridge. And Red Ridge, it's a very mountainous area. There's a lot of gnolls here. There's a lot of like spiders, boars. But this area mostly contains gnolls and orcs. Specifically Blackrock orcs. There's a lot of them in this area. There's also a lot of gnolls too. And I mean there's a lot of gnolls.
Be careful.
I just accepted a quest where I gotta go into town and talk to somebody. There's a couple side quests here that we could do, which maybe we'll do really quick. They're just running back and forth and talking to people. That's pretty much it. We will be coming to the zone at some point. But I'd also like to go to Wetlands, too. Which is the next zone after Loch Modan. Speaking of Loch Modan, we also have some quests that we have to wrap up there, too. Hopefully we can get to those. But if not, it's not really the end of the world. They might be too hard for us anyway. But we'll see. We will see. But the main reason why I'm here is because I want to start the Defiance Brotherhood chain. Because I want to show you guys Dead Mines. I mean, I paired up with other people for quests, but you have not seen a dungeon until this point in the game. So I would like to show you guys that.
Go with honor, friend. Light bless you.
This is a quest that's going to have us kill some of the gnolls that we just passed. Here's our flight point.
Safe travels.
We'll fly back to Westfall in a moment. Or a couple of moments, because I want to pick up some quests here. We obviously won't be doing them now, but we'll be doing them later on.
A hero has fallen.
And we have a bunch of quests that are available to us right now.
How are you? See you later. You need something?
This one... Okay, this one we gotta go to Storm and talk to a dwarf. We have to go to Goldshire and talk to a guy for that one. Is there anything in here? Nope. There's a bunch of quests here. There's one over here. This is a little side quest. We have to dive into the water and find this little girl's necklace. Which is pretty easy. The quest itself says that there's monsters in the water, but there isn't. Not over here. On the other side of the lake, there's murlocs, but here, there's nothing. In, Cataclysm, they actually added, like, some water monsters here. Like, they added some, like, eels and stuff like that. But I'm looking for some mud. But I forget where exactly it is. Oh, there it is. I see it. It's too bad I can't swim very good. Alright, let's see if we can get this before we start running out of breath. Because I don't want to drown. Oh, my bags are full. Are you kidding me? Alright, we gotta get rid of something here. Get rid of that. Alright, take two. Since we are here in town, we might as well sell some stuff as well. Alright, we got the necklace. Again, it's just a little basic side quest, nothing too crazy. There's a couple of side quests here. Like, here's one.
Well met. Farewell.
There's a vendor. Fruit seller.
What can I do for you?
Just gonna get rid of some things here. Let's see. Get rid of the pants. Some of this food I can get rid of. Like the banana, the bread. What else? The roasted boar meat. Well, actually, some of it I better keep so that I can feed my pet. That's the problem. Spider legs. Cloth. Copper ore. Get rid of that. That. Plenty of milk. Get rid of the water. Okay.
Safe travels.
Now we got some space. We should be okay. Let's see, there's another side quest over here.
Can I help you? Have a good one.
Actually, it's not a side quest, it's a collection quest. Redbridge Goulash. There's a little side quest inside the inn where that guard we talked to earlier, we gotta bring his lunch to him. Here we go.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
What can I do
This
for you?
one as
Go with
well.
honor, friend.
Hello. See you around.
Like I said, at this point we're just accepting a whole bunch of different quests. And based on that side quest, we just hit 19. So we just beat our record. How about that? We just beat the record. Okay, but we're also here because we gotta talk to that guy about the Defiance Brotherhood, and he's inside the inn here, so we gotta go back inside. I believe the fella is upstairs. So let's walk up there and see if we can find him. He is right here.
Hey there. Have a good one. See you later.
So now we gotta go back to Westfall, bring the note to him. But first, let's go back to that guard that was at the entrance of the zone, and we will go bring him his lunch. A lot of running around here, I think. Oh, look, there's the dead body just laying right in the middle of the ground. Wonder how long that's been there for. Probably a long time. Also, a little PSA for you folks. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Like, please. Make sure you are staying hydrated, because I'm not sure where you're located, but it is hot where I am. I mean, we got a heat wave going on. So please, please, please make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. It's important. Now that we are in the summer months, it is extremely important that you're drinking a lot of water. You don't want to become dehydrated. Trust me. Personally, it's never happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to you. These dragon whelps, watch out for them. They hit pretty hard. They shoot fireballs at you. Yeah, they hit pretty hard, so just be very careful around them. I'm just seeing if there's any of these creatures nearby for the Red Ridge Goulash. Again, I'm just kind of grinding and just kind of collecting and getting my skinning level up. Which, by the way, what's that up to now? 112. Okay. So we're okay on that one for now. So at least we could do a little bit of grinding here while we're just roaming around, collecting things, turning in quests. Which is a very good idea if you don't mind my saying. Seems to be a lot of people running around Red Ridge today. Oh, I gotta remember to skin these things. I have to remember that. Do I have the recipe for Gore-Tusk liver pie? I think I have it in my inventory, but I haven't, Oh, I can learn Gore-Tusk liver pie. Okay. There we go. So we got ourselves a new recipe. Oh, shoot. That warrior just stole my boar. That wasn't very nice. Okay, that's not one of the gnolls we need for that gnoll quest. We don't need the thrashers.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance. Light bless you. Be careful.
We do have some of the tarantulas around here. We could try to get some of their meat. Is it meat that we need? Yeah. Crisp spider meat is what we need off of those guys. So let's try to get some of that if we can. There's one. Let's give our pet some food. Wasn't there another tarantula over here, or did it get killed by that warrior? I think it did. It definitely got killed by that warrior. Alright. let me head back into Lakeshire. Let me do that. That's a Thrasher. We don't need that. There's another tarantula up here. Now that I think about it, I probably should have picked a paladin for this series. I probably should have. Paladins are so fun. I mean, hunters are pretty fun too, but I probably should have gone with paladin. Maybe the next time. Like, if something ever happens to this guy, we will go paladin. I think that'd be a lot of fun. In case you don't remember, you cannot skin spider, or in these cases, tarantulas. You can skin boars, you can skin the dragon whelps, but you can't skin spiders. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
A hero has fallen.
Just kind of keep my eyes open here. We have plenty of time to do this quest. I'm just not making it my priority right now, but if I see some, then I'm just going to see if I can get some of the parts that I need done and over with. It's also good for the skinning if I can do that, too. So, like, here's a couple of the Great Gore Tusks over here. How are we on ammo? We're fine. There's another snout. And the boar before that dropped one of the Gore Tusk livers. I gotta check what the ingredients are for the Gore Tusk liver pie. Let's see if I can get that dragon whelp. Oh, it's... I aggroed it. What are the ingredients for the Gore Tusk liver pie? Oh, we have them. It's Gore Tusk liver and mild spices. It's a condor down there. Trying to get some tough condor meat. But there's also some whelps around here too, so I'm gonna try to thin their numbers if I can. Excuse me a second here while I fix myself. There we go. Oh look, we can skin some.
I don't have a target.
There's one over there too. And there's one up there. Boy, talk about side quests. We got some black whelp scales. That's nice. That's very nice. Add some more. I want to get to that condor before somebody else did. The condor meat's definitely kind of hard to come by. And no, you can't skin the condors. You cannot skin them.
Inventory is full.
Bags are full. Okay. I need bigger bags. Somebody made me these bags. I think someone from my old guild made me them.
A hero has fallen.
Of course, I'm spending all my time skinning. What would I do with the black whelp skills anyway? I don't even know. There seems to be a ton of boars running around Red Ridge.
A hero has fallen.
Anything else to skin? The boar over here. So much for going back to Westfall, huh? We're just gonna spend all of our time here on Red Ridge. Gosh, before we know it, we're gonna get our skinning level up again. Boars make such great pets. They seriously do. We only need one more of those snouts, and that's it. Maybe we can actually grab it now while we have an opportunity. Just that this part of the quest is finished.
I can't carry anymore.
Could make some more roasted boar meat. trying to see if I can get this, what last snout. I'm trying here, at least. Honestly, I don't think it really matters right now. Let's get back to Westfall, shall we? Let's do that. You know, it's funny. We come here to do one thing, and then we end up getting distracted. It's just like when you go to Target. You say, oh, I'm just going to buy this and that. And then what happens? You end up spending more money because you're buying more stuff. If you've ever shopped at Target, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. Just trying to grab my water here. I'm kind of struggling a little bit, but I'm alright. It's all good. It's all good. I don't know how long we've been going for, but we might need to wrap up the episode pretty soon. Especially now how since we hit level 19. It's just all the flying and the running around. Yeah. You get the picture. There's a look at Duskwood. We'll be going there eventually, too. But here we are, back in Westfall. Let's go talk to Stoutmantle and give him that note.
Well met. Light bless you. Go with honor, friend. For the Alliance. Be careful.
Okay, now we gotta go to Stormwind and bring that note to another guy. It's going to be a lot of traveling back and forth. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be a lot of traveling back and forth. So, but first, let's cook up some of this stuff here, shall we? I don't want to stand in the fire. That's not good. Do I have enough room to make these? No. I gotta sell some stuff.
You need something?
And actually, now that I think about it, we should put our leatherworking stuff in the bank. So then that way, when we want to make stuff, we can just go get it.
See you around.
Because we clearly don't have the bag space. So we're better off just doing that. Putting all of our stuff in the bank for leatherworking. And when we need it, we'll just go and get it. I should make a bank alt for this character. Then that way I could just send it to them and then... But I think it's better just to put it in the bank. And just do it that way. Anyway, I think we are going to call it quits for this episode because we actually did quite a bit. So I'll just end this off by saying thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Tune in next time. We will continue our Defiance Brotherhood chain and we will go from there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Happy 4th. Stay cool. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.